Willkommen meine Freunde, wir sind wieder zurück zu Starfield und ich habe nichts gefunden. Wir werden einfach jetzt.
Do I know you?
Ja.
Steal the comms? Damn space pirates. Say no more.
Ja.
Commander Natara, this is Dr. Vogel.
What is it now?
We have an intruder on board. Captain Juan Dayu is not who she says.
Wait, Dayu? She was one of the captains on Messina's list.
Apparently, she's with the Crimson Fleet. And she's after my comm spike.
Don't worry, Doctor. We'll sound the alarm and have a strike team directed toward the cargo bay.
Good. I have a pilot here. I'll have them secure the prototype. Make sure it's safe. You are a pilot, aren't you? You've got the look at least.
Ja.
Take this key card. It'll give you access to docking bay 8. I need you to make sure my prototype is safe.
This is Commander Natara. Strike team units head to the cargo bay immediately. This is a red alert. I repeat, this is a red alert.
Ich muss was testen, hier bitte eine Schlüsselkarte gleich. Okay. Ja. Bin runtergefallen. Meine Güte. Ja, Juan, es tut mir sehr leid.
On Commander Natara's orders, all ships continue pursuit of Captain Juan Dayu. Cargo class ship ID UC-793A. She's with the Crimson Fleet and should be considered extremely dangerous.
Guck mal da. Oh, cool. Die sieht man nicht. Aber ich will es nicht. Andocken. Ah, Entschuldigung. Einsteigen. So, meine Damen und Herren, ich bin da. Ich habe es gestohlen.
Well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here. That's a real nice ship you brought in.
Ja.
Let's tinker with it.
Sollen wir uns mal umziehen? Hm. Masse, okay. Yo, yo, yo. Bin da.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him.
Ist sie da oder nicht? Ich hoffe schon.
This is their bar? And they didn't shift to your joints at me. I just expected a few dead bodies here and there.
You got me back in. I figured it would take every last credit I had.
I'll probably feel better once I
Huh.
spend them.
It's no different than any other business acquisition. We keep the name on the store, but the credits go to the fleet.
Okay.
After everything it took to get back in, I'd be a fool to leave now. And besides, there's history being made in this moment. Even if I had business elsewhere, it can wait. Goodbye.
Interessant. Ja, sie ist nicht mehr da.
So there I am. You see security on my tail.
Uah. Sorry. Ja, upsala. Ich hoffe, die sind nicht so sehr angefressen auf mich jetzt.
Yeah, just ignore me. I am so a pirate. Yar. That's what they say, right?
Ask the jazz boy.
Arr. Eigentlich finde ich es voll cool hier. Oh,
Surprised to see me, Rhett? Delgado may let it slide, but I don't take kindly to snitches. Save your sorries for the fool who believed them. You screwed me out of the most lucrative route I have. It's going to take me months to set up something even remotely as good. Not to mention getting the UC off of my trail. Don't put this on me. I got you in and gave you cover. You decided to return that favor by blowing mine. You may have fooled Delgado and Neva, but I don't trust you, Rook. At this point, you better find that legacy. Because to me, that's the only saving grace you've got. So long as the others say you're off limits, I'll let it slide. But I haven't forgotten. See you.
okay. Ich glaube, sie ist angefressen.
Don't tell me Shinya ran out of errands.
Hey, Delgado, mein Freund. Boss? Boss?
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship.
Ja.
I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Don't worry your pretty little head about your damn ship. We had it brought back here safe and sound.
Okay.
Now pay attention. Dale went out of his way to tell you how impressed he was. You just gonna leave him hanging like that? Yeah, nice try, Rook. We know you didn't have a choice. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She's actually pretty pissed, in case you didn't notice. Claims you blew her cover.
Alter.
If one doesn't like how things have gone, and she wants to bail on her share, that's her problem. Now, on to the business at hand.
Okay.
Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have two of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other.
Nice.
Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right. That leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution.
Okay,
There's a
welche?
corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4.
Ich glaube fest, dass zum Laufen. Ich mach mal sagen, dass nur von Joyce abhängt, ob es ist.
You damn right she can.
Ah,
My
das nervt
girl
auch schon.
can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. Lost good money on that bet.
All right, let's not get carried away, neighbor. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent.
Ja?
She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash. No. There is no getting along here. You are going to do everything she asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Ja,
Are we
Gott.
pirates or politicians? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
If I wanted someone to commit petty crimes and snatch purses, I wouldn't be asking you. Take it as a compliment.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy.
Ah,
and we
geil, wir
cannot
haben fast
afford any
geschafft.
screw-ups.
Let's get that artifact to the launch.
Ich glaube, sie ist noch immer sauer auf mich. So.
The fleet is family. Nothing like the smell of a dead
Du bist
shark.
wer? Mein.
Hey, this is my personal savior.
So, begib dich zu. Tipp. Darf ich Karte zeigen? So. Da will man hin.
Shields up!
Tschüssi. Besser. Tschüssi.
Another successful jump. No distance is too far for you, Captain.
Ah, soll man den Kokorov jetzt auch verraten? Ach, was, mach mal.
Docking complete. It's so satisfying seeing the hands
Ja.
slide.
Das habe ich mir eigentlich angetan mit ihm, aber ja.
Greetings, Captain.
Grüße, Vesco. Wieso werden da immer mehr?
Excuse me.
Hi.
It seems you had
Kanda.
quite the eventful mission on your hands. Betraying Juan Dayu for cover was a dangerous gambit, but it seems to have paid off. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
Ja.
And on behalf of the United Colonies and Commander Natara, I thank you.
I am so happy to be helping out the UC. Hooray!
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Krix's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike. That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing, but at the moment, I'm far more concerned about the comm spike.
It's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
Ja, sind wir schon dabei.
The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Ja, hoffe ich auch.
The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the Lock, touched off by Jasper Krix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Endlich, gell?
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. I'll see what I can do. You've certainly gone above and beyond the call of duty. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. Please, be careful.
It's good to have you back. What? Cost overruns, siphoning project funds? How deep does this well go? Our forensic accounting team is going to have their hands full. I'll send this to Mast right away. Let's just hope that a few rotten apples within the UC haven't spoiled the entire bunch. That it? Okay, fine. You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past?
Hey.
Because the things you're asking are private, and we're supposed to be maintaining a professional rapport, not making friends.
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of explaining to do with.
Look, I like to keep my attachments at a minimum, okay? In my line of work, if you make friends, you eventually end up losing them, either through reassignment or, well, for other reasons.
Okay.
Even the children. So when we
Okay.
bastards to justice,
But don't say I didn't warn you. You might not like what I have to say. Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite.
What?
Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities. That's fair. Well, okay.
Oh Gott, was haben wir da
Where
angefangen?
do I start? I grew up in the well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. A year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house.
Okay.
Hell no. I made enough money to buy my own apartment. Filled it with some decent stuff, too. I'd even send pictures of the place to my folks to rub it in. I was a real asshole. Well, I wasn't a nice person. Don't worry. You won't be waiting long. I was having the time of my life. Earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind. Very funny. And not even relatively close. Let's just say the years after my time in the well were filled with highs and lows. Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past.
Sag mal nicht, du warst
to know
auf der
where my
Fleet.
anger towards the fleet comes from. Yeah, I think I've told you more than enough. Besides, my job here is to keep an eye on you, not the other way around. Longer than you can possibly imagine. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering. Excellent.
Warte kurz mal.
All right. Keep up the good. Let me know if you need anything else.
Wir warten noch.
Word is you had to steal classified.
Wir warten noch, weil... Wir warten noch.
Once we get rid of all the pirates,
Vielleicht kann er uns nützlich. So, da ist keiner. Ah, du bist es. Hallo? Da ist er drin. Huh.
Salutations. I assume you're here to commemorate my terrible misfortune? Ah, yes, the infamous evidence that you procured. Bravo, detective. Allow me to congratulate you on your sleuthing skills. That recording was quite a find. I must admit that I was short-sighted when it came to Ms. Swift's ingenuity. I shall not make that same mistake twice. Oh, amused isn't the verbiage I'd choose to describe my frame of mind, but I'll acknowledge the observation. Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, I have to disclose that you're wasting your time. You see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hindrance. I don't foresee being incarcerated in perpetuity. In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited within the month. I only had the time to explain the wondrous loopholes of the UC's justice system. Do you honestly think that I'd embark on an endeavor with Miss Swist and Mr. Vera without a legal exit strategy at my disposal? I can assure you, I won't be imprisoned aboard the Vigilance for an inordinately extended period of time. Oh, I assure you I'm speaking the truth, but there's no call for disappointment. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated and several million credits in fines are being levied against me. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud.
Danke.
You're quite welcome. Well, enough idle banter. I've taken up more than my share of your valuable time. Honestly, this interaction has been quite pleasurable. Do feel free to stop by and gloat at any time. Good day.
Danke.
I believe I've already articulated.
Wird da nicht noch irgendwen? Nein. Okay. Da ist auch keiner mehr. Mich vollkommen drüber mehr.
Where'd you have to board the Siren of the Stars? I was on there once, for a tribute to my ancestor. Really? I know you were headed to the key, but I didn't realize you'd actually get a chance to visit the lock. I almost respect the fleet for doing that. They're trying to pass down their history, or their version of it anyway.
Ich weiß ja fast schon, dass ich da war. Ich habe da das Gewicht hier.
Incredible. I think at SysDef, we all feel that weight every time we wear the uniform. But to be there where it started, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But all that aside, give me your honest opinion. What were the conditions like?
Heimlich und artig. Jetzt wurde die Geister fangen Stück. Es war hart, aber das war ein Wunder, was aufbauen würde ich sagen.
I can understand that. Sometimes I feel those ghosts come to haunt me in my sleep.
Okay.
Truth be told, my ancestor was a guard on Suvorov. Part of the reason I joined SysDef was to find out more about his experience, and whether the history books told the whole story. Which is why I'd like to hear Krix's side of it, if just to confirm what you saw. So it's true. All my life I've been led to believe the guards on the lock were heroes. But there was part of me that always doubted the story. Even as a child, learning about the history from the slates. Thank you for bringing me this. I get that Krix is about as unreliable a witness as they come, but I believe him.
Ja, ich auch. Aber
because it isn't just any history.
What?
It's my family's. If you open up a history slate and look up the name Gero Petrosian, you'll find a hero decorated in medals. Medals he earned for escaping the riots on Suvorov. My great-grandfather, to be exact. He lived until the year 2297, 10 years after I was born.
Okay.
For helping his fellow guards escape the riots. And maybe that part is true, but it conveniently skips everything that happened before that point. No one ever asks what prompted the riots. It was just criminals being criminals, and that was explanation enough. Maybe. I don't know for certain. But what I do know is when I remember the look on his face, it's never one of pride. The thing is, even as my family rode the coattails of our name, I always felt like something wasn't right about the story. And it always came back to that day in the yard, playing games with my brother. It's the only memory I have of my great-grandfather that sticks.
Okay.
It was about a week before he passed. Me and my brother had the house to ourselves and were playing a game we called Prisoner's Run. It
Okay.
was a simple game. We drew a line in the dirt, and the object was for the guard to keep the prisoner from crossing it. But on that day, my brother came to the yard with an added surprise. He found a chest in the attic filled with goodies, a baton, a uniform, and a medal to serve as prize for the winner.
Okay, in dem Fall.
Most likely. But given how unceremonious the boxes were,
Das
how
stimmt.
could we have known? But when our family returned, I knew something was wrong. My great-grandfather didn't say a word, but behind his eyes I could see it. The shame. No one said anything to either of us. But the next day, the uniform and the medal were gone. At the time, I never understood why he kept those things buried in the attic. Now, it all seems so clear.
Das ist nicht, dass er vorher schlechter Mann war. Vielleicht war er trotzdem ein alter Verweiger. Ja.
Maybe not the bad man, but a hero? Hard
Yeah.
to say. Either way, thanks for talking this through with me. I don't know if I'll ever know what really happened on Suvorov, but at least now, I have something beyond the family myth.
Tee. Gern geschehen.
The fleet call us sharks.
Okay, beim nächsten Mal werde ich Kokos ausliefern. Aber wir haben Missionen. Sonstiges. Showdown, Fisch, Superfan. Nein. Aktivität. Ich will wissen, wo mein Haus ist. Barkeeper, sprich, bitte, sie, sprich. Beendet. Da, Traumhaus. Wo ist mein Traumhaus? Ah! Wo ist mein Traumhaus? Ich weiß. Okay. Mein Traumhaus wird irgendwo... Alter, ihr... Ich habe keine Ahnung. Alpha Centauri? Kann das sein? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Olympus? Ziviler Außenposten. Nein. Verlassen und Bio. Nein. Da vielleicht? Na, Leute, keine Ahnung. Ich werde mal herausfinden, wo unser Haus ist. Also bis dato. Ich wünsche euch noch einen wunderschönen Tag und wir sehen uns bei der nächsten Folge. Bis dann. Tschüssi.